Well, hello everybody, and welcome. Welcome to National Vinyl Record Day. So, of course, I have to make a video, right? So, let's follow up on, if you saw my last video, my top 10 punk albums in my collection. All right, I have more than 10, and it was very hard to choose just 10 favorites. I'm gonna show you how hard it was, because here's the rest of my collection. And how do you leave any of these out of a top 10? All right, here we go. Beginning in no particular order, Channel 3, Fear of Life. Channel 3, awesome band. This is a reprint, a remaster with the copies of the original, copies of the original photo spread. How about that? From the original album, right on, lyrics. And a special insert with a special message from Channel 3 that they wrote since their being together. All right, so great album there. So next up, here we go. No particular order, but just the rest of my punk collection. X, of course, I have X in my collection. There's X-Scene's artwork doing the lyrics and the songs and whatnot. You can see the similarities on, like I said in that other previous video of mine, on the Brat. And she designed the lyrics and the art for the Brat sleeve. Here you can see she did that for X also. X Wild Gift, great album. What do I love on here? Let's see. Once Over Twice, We're Desperate. Look at this. These are also good. I'm Coming Over. In This House I Call Home. White Girl. That great song. What else? Beyond and Back. Back to the Base. I mean, X is still in its punk glory here. Great album. Fugazi, next up. Okay, here's Fugazi. Fantastic album. I love it. How about Generation X? Before there was Billy Idol, there was Generation X. I think this is what, like an American release. And I think they released it in England, and I think this is the American cover. This is old album from back in the days. So there we go. How do you leave out this band, right? How do you leave out this album out of your top 10? That's how tough my choices were. But I based it partly on how often I play them, you know. But of course, Suicidal Tendencies, every decent punk rock collection must have that album, or get the fuck out. How about this? And this guy will tell you GTOF or GTFO, whatever it is. The Exploited. Nice. Great. Exploited on stage, collector's pink vinyl, clear vinyl. In this case, clear vinyl. Nice, huh? How about the big boot there? Great. That's a great part of my collection. Exploited live on stage. Good album. Here we go. Social Distortion. My top punk Southern California group, right behind or tied with X. I love them both. I saw X a shit ton of times, like in the 80s, and then 90s and 2000s, I was seeing Social Distortion. I was still seeing X, but I was catching Social Distortion every opportunity I could. Okay, next up, what have I got? Compilation, Erg. Maybe the greatest punk compilation? I don't know. They made a movie out of it. So Erg, The Music War. This I had to replace. I lost my original copy again in the great punk rock robbery of the 80s. But I was able to replace it. And of course, I bought it the first chance I could. What else? Coming up, DK's Dead Kennedys. Speaking of classic albums, okay? I love it. Favorites, Police Truck. I love it. Underrated. Everybody Wants Holiday in Cambodia. I love Police Truck. Okay, your turn to drive. I'll bring the beer. And here we go. Richard Hell and the Voydoids. This, I searched forever, you know, at the record stores. Could never find it. Finally just bit the bullet and bought it online and ordered it. So here we go. So now I have the classic album, Blank Generation, a remaster from 2017. So there, and then finally, what I just bought, this was a cool pickup. I got this at Lavelle's Records, Crass box. All right, as it was in the beginning. This is very cool for me. I love Crass from back in the 80s. Look at this. Crass was great. They were like kind of like crazy anarchistic punk, so the music maybe wasn't for everybody. But in addition to them being crazy punk rockers, they also wrote manifestos, opinion pieces, takes on current government, world situation, all that kind of stuff. And had magazines and stuff. This is like a collection of their writings here, so that's very cool. And here we go. It's a double album box set. We get Christ, the album, and then we get Alive, Well Forked, Crass, and then here we go, final bit. Let's show this off. Big giant poster, fold out poster. What fun is it if nobody sees it? Let's show it off. Here we go. This is big. Can you see it all? I hope so. I can't tell what you see. Crazy. Just, they took their entire career as a band into art. All right, it was photography, it was writing, it was music, it was collage, art pieces. Crass was an entire movement within themselves. All right, so that's the rest of my punk collection. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Happy National Vinyl Records Day. Peace.